Now, KCAU 9 News starts with your forecast first.
Hey, good afternoon, Siouxland. We've been seeing lots of sunshine across the region with a few clouds trying to form up as that front passed through the area. But overall, we still stayed pretty bright as temperatures have since then taken a dip, with most of Siouxland now falling into the 70s compared to the mid-80s we had even just a few hours ago. As I'll be letting you know if these dip in temperatures is going to extend for the evening or if we'll warm up again as KCAU 9 News starts right now.
We are Siouxland proud. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
And good evening. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Tim Seaman. Sophie has the evening off. Well, fall is in full swing and farmers are working hard now in the fields. But with dry and windy conditions, field fires can easily spark. KCAU 9 reporter Tyler Euchner checks in with one Siouxland producer to learn more about the harvest danger that is often overlooked. It's our top story tonight at 6 o'clock.
Farmers are hitting the fields for the 2024 harvest season, and one producer told me it's a good year for crops.
It's been pretty awesome. We've had really good sunshine. We've had dry weather. We haven't been fighting any rain and stuff like that.
Since last Monday, Tyler Meyer has been out in the field day and night harvesting his crops.
Bean-wise this year, we're having really nice yields. Last year we had a heck of a lot of white mold, had a lot of disease in this area. This year we do not have that. The corn yields that I have heard, we are down a little bit, and it's because of some major disease that was coming in late season. This area is going to be off on corn.
Meyer attributes this year's yield to good rainfall.
Rain makes grain, and we had water early on. And in this little, where we are at, we actually had rain as of 2 weeks ago. We had a half-inch of rain. Fall is a good time to be somewhat dry so that us farmers can get to our stuff and get to it efficiently and stuff. But we are concerned about the winds and the dryness that's out there.
High winds and dry climate are perfect conditions for field fires and can occur just by farmers doing their job.
So machinery, definitely any type of internal combustion engine that produces heat, produces a spark. Mufflers, exhaust systems that tend to run hot can obviously ignite material that's dry.
In the last 5-6 years, it seems to be normal in the area that there's something within a 10-15 mile radius, that the local fire department has to respond to.
Several Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota counties are in a red flag warning, and fire officials emphasize folks should avoid starting fires today.
Today is not the greatest day to burn, in that if something does ignite, it's going to move very rapidly, and therefore you need to be well aware, have mitigation efforts.
If you find yourself on a road with farm equipment, Meyer asks folks to be patient with farmers due to their slow equipment. Tyler Euchner, KCAU 9 News.
Elsewhere tonight, authorities in Lamar's spend the day on the scene of an apparent shooting. We know one person is dead, but little else is being released tonight. Police say that officers were called to an apartment on 3rd Avenue Northwest for a disturbance and possible shots fired. When authorities arrived, they found 21-year-old Miguel Martinez with what are described as wounds consistent of being shot. A medical examiner later pronounced Martinez dead at the scene. Officials say that no one else was found in the home. No other information is being released tonight. The investigation, however, is ongoing. 2 people involved in a Northeast Nebraska accident on Friday are out of the hospital, while 3 others had to be taken to a different care facility for treatment. The one-vehicle crash happened on 5th Street in Allen, Nebraska, around 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon. An adult woman and 4 juveniles were in that vehicle. The crash remains under investigation tonight. Meanwhile, the driver of a car who died following another Friday night crash has been identified. According to the Woodbury County Sheriff's Office, that vehicle, driven by 32-year-old David Narcisco, crossed the center line on Highway 75 near Salix, hitting another vehicle driven by a juvenile head-on. Officials said that the juvenile, escaped the vehicle with minor injuries. Narciso was trapped inside of his vehicle, which caught fire, leaving him with severe injuries. He was pronounced dead at an area hospital. Time to check back in now with Chief Meteorologist Victor Perez. And a moment ago, we heard about the winds and the dry conditions. And Victor, I know you know that story today as well.
Yes, we have now become the second driest September on record. Now, with the lack of rain that we really saw throughout most of the month, if we hadn't gotten those showers just a few weeks ago, we actually would have been taking the spot of the driest, but we did alleviate it slightly, as we'll be seeing that with the dry conditions, as we mentioned earlier, red flag warnings have begun to pop up across Siouxland after the historic rainfalls that we had earlier in the summer season. We're seeing a drought spread across the region again, so something we'll be having to keep an eye on because the 9 on 9 isn't showing many rain chances appearing. Tim?
We'll want to check that, and we will. We'll check back in just a little bit. Thanks. Well, litigation involving the Norfolk, Nebraska Police Department leads to a special meeting of that town's city council. Around 25 people attending that meeting in the council chambers today. The meeting focusing on an investigation into allegations regarding the work environment at the Norfolk Police Division. Chief Don Miller, Captain Chad Ryman, and Lieutenant Josh Bauermeister are currently on administrative leave pending the investigation's results. Lieutenant Bauermeister's wife, Chris, was among those to address the council, alleging that the use of profane language is what there is an investigation for.
We talk differently amongst friends than we do when we are actually working. You know that, and I know that. I know for a fact the professionalism that the police officers in question have. I also know them on a personal basis as well.
The council heard from only 2 other people. They questioned transparency and due process.
Don't know where this all come from. If there's something that happened 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 10 years ago, why is that coming to light now? Someone gets to put an anonymous letter in the paper, I guess if you can take much stock in that, and then that's what the public has to form their opinion on. I guess I feel like there are 2 sides to every story.
I guess from what I hear, and a lot of it is hearsay, I don't feel like this is the process, that somebody has some allegations and then all of a sudden there's an action taken without these allegations really being checked into completely. Now, I don't know if that's not the case. Maybe there was an ongoing investigation prior to this.
Following the comments, the council went into closed session. We've reached out to the Norfolk City Council to see what next steps in that investigation might be, but so far we've not received comment as of tonight. A new way to get high has gone viral on social media, and it is now in the hands of kids. It's called Galaxy Gas. The canisters of nitrous oxide are marked for culinary purposes. Well, the company states the products are to not be inhaled. Hundreds of videos can be found on TikTok or Instagram showing children as well as young adults inhaling the gas. The Sioux City Police Department is urging all parents to be aware of the trend and to talk to their children about the dangers.
Parents, make sure that you're looking through your kid's room. If you think something looks strange, like a canister of what they call galaxy gas or nitric oxide, definitely report that to the police and have a conversation with your kids about how dangerous of a drug really that is.
The side effects of using galaxy gas, also called huffing, include dizziness, headaches, and impaired motor skills. If you notice your child with those symptoms, you're asked to call 911. Well, last week we learned that Sioux City's warming shelter will be able to remain open for the winter season. Now workers at the shelter say they are in need of winter wear for children as well as adults. The shelter's future was in doubt until late last week when the city of Sioux City announced a $150,000 one-time contribution. With the news comes additional needs. Shelter officials say that they are in need of hygiene items, laundry items, and especially clothing donations for men, women, and children.
Right now, we just put it on our website for what our needs are. We are open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for the open public, but they can come anytime during the day, knock on our door, we come out and grab it and bring it in as well.
Shelter employees ask folks not to use the donation box at this time. For a full list of sizes and other items the shelter is in need of, you can look for this story later tonight at SiouxlandProud.com.